Hey, this is Jan from DifferenceInSkill, bringing you another episode of Cards for Thought. This will be episode 2 of our new series. And for those of you who do not know what Cards for Thought is, this is where we select a card and talk about it for a brief moment, and pick out random cards and talk about them. Essentially, these will be released 3 times a week on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So stay tuned if you guys want to see more of this. So today my card will be Ice Prison Hades Emperor Kakutas Vivas. So there's been a lot of new reverse cards coming out. Some of them good, some of them bad, some of them interesting. This is definitely one of the interesting ones where I could see its potential, but at the same time, it's kind of hard to tell where it's going to be going. So first of all, as a Grand Blue unit, it's going to resolve around your graveyard and milling. So that's kind of obvious. But first of all, let's go over its stats. Grade 3, of course, 11k, of course, is a cross-ride of Calcutas, of course, has Lord Effect, of course. So these are basically the very cookie cutter things that we don't have to care about. What we need to look at is this juicy limit break. So this limit break it doesn't cost Counterblast, which surprised me a little. But the cost is that you put the top 3 cards of your deck into your drop zone. Choose one of your Grand Blue rear guards and lock it. Now that is your cost. Milling 3 and locking one of your Grand Blue rear guards. Choose one Grand Blue from your drop zone, call it to rear guard circle. That unit gains plus 3k power until the end of turn. Now this is all he does. He gives a new unit life and gives power. Like 3k power to it. It does not gain power by itself, so this would not be a card that you would lock the unit behind the Vanguard. And of course my Windows is detecting my performance is slow, but that's okay because my computer is crap. So this is an actually very interesting card, because what I think this card would be very useful for is that you can keep reviving 10k intercepts, and they gain the 3k, making them 11k. And then you could use this to survive a lot of attacks because you get extra like 20k shield a turn if you revive 2. The problem with that is that if you say your Vanguard circle, you have the Vanguard here and then your 2 rear guards, right? If you lock the 2 rear guards boosting your rear guards, so this slot and this slot, then you'll have 2 11k attackers and 1 attacker that is kind of meh, because it won't have any extra boost in power. So I'm not quite sure how good it will be. I think that they'll definitely be playing 8k intercepts, like the 8k intercept for 10ks, released in set 2 and still have been being printed, but no one has played them. But I think it'll work very well with this guy, because milling 3 cards, locking a guy, get an extra 10k shield. Maybe you shouldn't go to the extreme to get 2 of them. Maybe you just do this once per turn for an extra 10k shield. Or you can revive the new Banshee card, where you get to draw a card when it comes into play from the graveyard. You Soul Blast 1 and draw a card. So there's a lot of interesting things about this. And another thing that this card does very well, although it does put you in a bad situation because you'll be milling a lot of cards from your deck, you can essentially fill up the field by playing 1 card. Because if you play 1 card, like say you play it behind your Vanguard, or you probably wouldn't play it behind your Vanguard, you probably play it anywhere in your rearguard circle, and you lock it to revive a card, put it in front of that card, lock that card, revive another card, putting in your other rearguard circle in the front row, lock that one, and revive something in your back row, and lock that again to give your Vanguard a booster. Of course, if you did that, you would have milled 15 cards, and by the time you're grade 3, you probably went through 10. At the very least, you went through like at least 10 cards, 10 to 12 cards. And then you will have milled another 15, so that's your 27 cards down. And in a 50 card deck, that's pretty dangerous. You could easily deck out like that. But if you really need to, you can have your whole field back. If you say you got hit by like Escalpade the Blaster or something, and you're alive, or you just got eradicated, which happens a lot, or Blaster Dark Revengers are being Blaster Dark Revengers and destroying all your dudes. Yeah, don't show me this message again. The reason why that's popping up is because I'm rendering another video, so sorry about that. So yeah, I think I was talking about getting eradicated. But overall, this card seems to have its potential. I'm not sure if you would play the previous version with it because I'm not sure how good that'll actually be. Maybe you could because this since he doesn't cost counterblast, you'll have a lot of spare counterblast to use. Or you could probably find some way to use some Captain Nightmare shenanigans and like reviving stuff. But I didn't look too far into this because this is the only card I found interesting. So yeah, this is going to be episode 2, just short and quick, about a new card, or kind of new, I guess, and my thoughts about it. So I'll see you guys next time. See you on Friday for episode 3.